Hey, welcome to the studio. Come on in. So this is my studio space. I've been here for a little over a year now at this point, and this place has been a work in progress for that entire time. I've done a lot of work in this space, cleaning it up, renovating certain areas, making it, the space it is today. And I think it's pretty much there. So this actual unit is over 1,000 square feet, and the building itself that this unit is in is well over 100 years old. And it really has been quite a challenge to take this space and make it into a place that I can film, I can work, and do a bunch of things all in one place. Over a year ago, I posted my first ever studio tour video, which was in the very early days of this studio space. And since then, there's been a lot of work done on the entire space. From changing the floor color to cleaning up and renovating a bunch of areas, as well as redoing the entire staircase, and taking into account a lot of your suggestions. Okay, so we're here in the main area of the studio. I have a bunch of chairs surrounding me, as you can see. I also have this massive table that I made. It's a huge coffee table. This is kind of the main area here where I do a bunch of filming in my studio space. If I have a gathering, a bunch of people can sit over here. And I also have this large white wall as well where I can move stuff out of the way and use it as like a blank wall for shooting. So it's pretty versatile. The space can transform quite a lot. And this is the main area. Okay, so first up, we have this large escape key stool, as you can see. I actually found this close to this studio building when I was signing the lease for this place, same day. Saw this outside behind a dumpster, had to grab it. I knew it was meant to be. Right here, we got my Wasili chair that has been through probably many wars at this point. I might fall right through the seat if I sit down. Not today. It's comfortable. We also got this chair over here that I built. We also got another chair over here, another chair over here. I love my chairs. And over here we have my 3-seater Eames bench. I love chairs. Now I know the layout of this main lounge space is a little bit non-conventional, but I was actually inspired by a local coffee shop here in Toronto called Hamer's Coffee. They actually had a very similar setup to this, and I really wanted to bring that vibe and atmosphere into my studio space and kind of have a mix of different chairs and different colors that all kind of work together and share a similar design language. And even though I don't really watch that much TV in this place, this is a workspace. I'm not just chilling here usually. I have a massive 65-inch Samsung 8K TV, and it's a crazy TV. This TV is Samsung's Neo QLED 8K TV, and it is a few years old at this point, but it certainly doesn't feel that way. I actually showcased this TV in a living room setup video all the way back in 2021, which was really kind of an early draft about what I wanted my future studio space to look like before I actually got this current space. So here we have this massive coffee table that I built. It all has this nice kind of like stone texture. It's made of plaster. It took absolutely forever to build. I thought it was gonna take like a couple days, took many, many weeks, but I'm pretty happy with it. I use this table as kind of like a main place to showcase and film products when I'm shooting a YouTube video. It's great for product photography as well. It's really the main centerpiece of this space, and I like how it looks, I like how it turned out, and it's a massive table. I kind of went through this period of really obsessing over making stone-looking furniture pieces, very much inspired by Grecian homes and the Flintstones. I built a bunch of these pieces in this studio space, and it was an absolute mess, an absolute disaster, and this was actually my last piece because it was very stressful and just took quite a lot of time, but maybe I'll do some more in the future. As you can see here, this is my magazine wall. I've been collecting magazines and books pretty much wherever I go, wherever I travel. Also, I browse vintage stores and thrift stores sometimes as well. Got quite the assortment over here, as you can see, and we also have some records here on the bottom shelf. Okay, here's a cool one. We have this vintage Apple catalog from the 90s, and there's quite an assortment of just crazy Apple products, from Apple printers to laptops, Apple merch. Also got this. This is a art and design magazine from Paris. There's some absolutely beautiful art in here, beautiful typography, gorgeous magazine. This is a crazy book. It's all about the Toronto Sky Dome, which has changed names many times. It's an arena here in Toronto. It's a good read. Okay, records. A lot of these I found at vintage stores or I've bought myself over many, many years. I do love my records. I have a whole bunch at home and a whole bunch here at the studio as well. Underneath my magazine shelf, we have this 2-door Trico drawer unit from the 1970s. Fits a bunch of stuff in it, looks great. Above it here, we have my second Apple G4 Cube computer, probably the greatest computer design of all time. Got to keep it here front and center. Here we have a special one. This is the Prada phone. Came out before the original iPhone, and it's the first phone with a capacitive touchscreen. Pretty crazy. And this is a TV that I covered in plaster, and it still works. Behind this curtain is my voiceover and A-roll recording room, but it's still a bit of a work in progress, kind of a mess, so I'll do a separate video on this space and my video gear in the near future. Okay, so over here we have this large Finland poster from the 90s for some festival. It's like an art, dance, music festival. It had some really nice color to the space, big fan of this one. And then down here we have my Sade Love Deluxe CD rug. It's definitely seen better days, but big fan still. Right behind me is my staircase. Now, this staircase, when I actually got the unit, was an absolute disaster. Literally a safety hazard. It was crumbling. Did a lot of work to make it structurally sound. I've covered it in this plaster kind of stone-like material, painted it, and it's quite nice now. This was definitely a lot of work, but it was well worth it because it makes the space feel much cleaner and just look a whole lot better, and also it's actually safe to walk on. And over here is my desk setup. I've had this specific desk setup for quite a while, but I've made a few small changes here and there over the past few years, but I don't want to change too much because honestly it's perfect. Monitor's perfect, the desk itself is a standing desk and it's great, and there's some great components here as well. My desk is a compact standing desk made by Fully, and my chair is the Herman Miller Embody, probably the most comfortable chair I've ever really sat on. Under the desk, I have this hidden drawer unit to store all my SSDs and notebooks, and a tray to place my MacBook Pro, which actually powers the entire setup here, including my Pro Display XDR. Literally released 4 years and over 3 months ago, and it's still the absolute perfect best monitor I've ever seen and used. It's incredible. Now, on top of my monitor here, we have my webcam, the brand new Logitech MX Brio. My friends at Logitech sent over this webcam, and they're also sponsoring this video. The MX Brio is a 4K collaboration and streaming webcam that is incredibly versatile and advanced. So let's take a closer look. Okay, so this is 4K 30 frames per second video from the MX Brio, and you're also hearing the audio from the beam-forming microphones as well, and I gotta say, it looks and sounds pretty great. Let's talk about the Brio's design. It's small, compact, and fits great on top of my Pro Display, which actually doesn't have a webcam despite its very high price. And I also have the matching silver colorway here, but you can also get it in a darker color too, and it looks really clean and simple. I love the design of this webcam. It magnetically attaches to the included monitor mount, which rests on top of your monitor and is very adjustable, so I can get the right angle very easily. You can also actually just take the MX Brio and tilt it down to show things on your desk. It's a great way to do a little product demo, showcase diagrams. It's a pretty cool little feature. And when you don't want to show something, just twist to close the privacy shutter. Perfect. The webcam itself does 4K video at 30 frames per second or 60 frames per second video at 1080p, and has auto light correction for solid low light performance, and also has the ability to customize how video looks very easily with a variety of settings in Logitech's Options Plus app or G Hub. So overall, the MX Brio is the perfect addition to my desk setup and also much needed. It gives me a killer webcam for video chats and other meetings, as well as just recording videos here at my desk. And now, onto the rest of the desk setup. I also have the MX Keys S and MX Master 3S as my keyboard and mouse, and the Z407 speaker and subwoofer setup, which I painted all white, all from Logitech. I also have this pencil holder, a Google Assistant smart clock for asking questions, and you know, it's also a speaker as well, and this MagSafe iPhone, Apple Watch, and AirPods charging dock. It's literally the perfect dock. It's from Nomad. Over here we got a little couch situation with my iPod pillow, and we have this denim gun made by a Toronto artist. You know, good place to chill, check out the studio. Make sure everybody's behaving. Over here, we have the kitchen part of my studio. We have a nice little microwave situation and my George Foreman grill, of course. And over here is my whiteboard. I like to put down all my ideas here. It's great for planning. Got all these markers and also it's also double-sided. So I like to call this whole upstairs section the stage, I guess. It's a good little elevated platform, and underneath is all just storage. There's just a whole empty space beneath, a bunch of other pieces of furniture, stuff that I'm not really using in the studio right now. It all goes underneath the stage, stays out of the way, and it's pretty sweet. And just behind me over here, behind this wall partition thing, have a bunch of boxes, bunch of storage, but we're not gonna be looking at that today. Okay, so over here we have this table section that actually came with the unit. It was built into the wall. It's pretty cool. All right, so over here we have this sink with so much pressure for some reason. It's crazy. So over here we have a little charging station. I got my batteries for my camera here plugged in. Another USB-C charger over here. A shelf where I usually put all my camera gear. We of course have my mini fridge over here. Let's do a little fridge tour. Just a bunch of drinks, different, you know, different flavors of water. Gotta stay hydrated, you know? Since this place has no air conditioning, only radiant heating, I have 2 Dyson fans keeping the place cool as well as keeping the windows open, even in the winter. I also have this vintage 1970s space-age coat rack and a large freestanding IKEA mirror, great for fit pics and making the space feel a little bit larger. Over here we have a special poster here from Apple in the late 90s, early 2000s, pretty much talking about how their in-house processor was vastly superior to Intel's processors, and honestly, nothing has changed. This is a fun one. This is a massive Koss speaker that I actually built out of many Koss speakers. I forget exactly how many, but I found all these speakers at a thrift store, and I thought I'd build, you know, a massive piece like this. It's also really heavy. Okay, so this part over here in the studio is kind of a bit of a work in progress space. Over here I have kind of a workspace section, and against the wall over here is all of my video gear. We got a couple different tripod options, including a MagSafe neck mount for getting those POV shots. We got this tiny softbox light, which is very impressive. And behind it, this massive aperture softbox light as well. These are the main lights I use for lighting up all my videos, and they are fantastic for video and photo. Perfect lights. And over here behind me, pardon the mess, is a little bit of a workspace. This is kind of the dedicated area for more hands-on projects or projects that are a bit more messy, and it's good to have a space that's just for that. Over here we have my iPhone wall. It's all iPhone 6s. We have a policy here at the studio. It's you know, take a phone, leave a phone. So take a phone, you gotta leave a phone. And just below it we have the studio dolly, as you can see. For all the packages, it's essential in this place. And I also wanted to have a seamless backdrop in this space, but I couldn't really figure out where I wanted to install it, so I installed it right here above the front door. This white backdrop has been an amazing tool to get some super creative shots in my space. And I've taken a lot of photos against this backdrop for specific shoots, and also a lot of my video thumbnails as well. It's fantastic. So this has been a look at my fully finished and renovated studio space. The space itself is the perfect size for all of the work I do now and also the work I do in the future as well. And it can be transformed, adapted, and changed to whatever project, whatever shoot I'm working on at the time, and I love to have that flexibility in a workspace. And that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on this studio space, any suggestions, any changes. Do of course let me know, and thank you for watching.